doubles. Battle Arcade doubles. We're back. Last stream was incredibly shaky. I really didn't play very well last stream. I also didn't play well yesterday when I was doing factory. No, just not singles. The real issue on these streams is that I accidentally enter singles instead of doubles. I feel like it is gonna happen. It's probably a reason to shut out the single streak first, but it's boring to always play the same thing, right? Let me just check my dropped frames count, because that was an issue. And I also need to remember to put the... Yes, we're exporting the sound to Twitch. Oh, the goal is to play better than last time. Boring. Idol. Idols can be a lot of things. Alright, hi Earth. It's an evolution idol. That's probably fine. Outside of a Jolteon crit. No Flareon nonsense with Quick Claw at least. It seems difficult to lose this. In my opinion, it seems difficult. Actually, the blank by default, that's very lucky. This was a terrible roulette, but the blank is a good square. Fix my internet, I don't know, we'll find out shortly if it's fixed. I have changed it. Implemented a change. Yeah, we're also going to have to watch out for Jolteon 2 using Dig on turn 1. Which I probably can't explode on turn 1 because of that. At least Flareon 4 will never use superpower at high HP. Okay, it's Coco. My feeling for what to do is to fake out Jolteon. And it might be to flamethrower Jolteon instead of Earth Power. Hey, Mika. Yeah, no. It's alright, you didn't message me when I was streaming, but I saw it when I was streaming. Yeah, I think Jolteon is the bigger threat here because of paralysis being extremely annoying. A safe, comfortable feeling of Twitch chat, yes. I see the reasoning behind using Flamethrower over using Earth Power, but I just think that I would rather Earth Power if I crit the fake out. And we'll leave Flareon alone, because Flareon probably can't do anything to Latios. He did a decent amount of damage. I often wonder if Ludicolo would be benefiting from a little bit of attack EVs. Okay, Fire Fang's not a surprise. So yeah, Ludicolo could easily be in range of Jolteon 3 or 4 here. 105, yep, easily in range. I do want to finish off Jolteon. Especially if it is Jolteon 3 or 4. They need to die. The Flareon does not matter so much. I think I will protect. Thanks, Yale Garden. Okay, so Jolteon picked the other target. That was always possible. But this means it's probably Jolteon 1. Looking at damage, maybe I'm wrong. It's difficult though, because my Heatran is naive nature, because I need the attack investment for explosion, as well as a special attack. So I could be wrong about that. Maybe it is Jolteon 4. Hey, Battleton. So I think if we Leech Seed Umbreon, the game is over and we win. We could also explode. What is the problem with exploding? There's no protect, right? Okay, let's explode. Because we should always hit Flareon first, right? Or is it always a speed tie? It's always a speed tie, that's annoying. Have I just lost? No, okay. We're fine. That's Umbreon 1. It's the story behind the nicknames. I don't think there is one. This is a very old team, though. It's better to freeze than paralyze. Yeah, I'm not sure about the explosion there, but at the same time it was risky to not explode because Ludicolo could have fainted. It's a PI. We're not as scared of PIs in doubles as we are in singles. Just because the Oko moves are not as deadly in doubles. Let's get this right. It's Nidoking 2. And I'll spell Nidoking correctly so it shows up. Bastiodon 3. Dugtrio 3. Always the Oko sets. Always the explosion sets with PIs. So we often know their exact team. And there's no item hacks here. We should be fine. Like the worst... It is almost certainly going to be Fake Out and Earth Power, but I might want to think about whether or not it's actually going to be a slower start to the game because of Bastiodon being a problem. Any tricks for timing the roulette? Or just practice? It's practice to time it, but the main trick is this. So let me explain it when it comes up. So it started here, and at max speed, its default end position is 2 squares later, which is here. So if I press nothing, it's going to end here. Now, if it was going to end on a bad square, I would look for a cluster of 3 squares to aim for instead. So I probably would be aiming end of the first row, start of the second row, because burn is good and skip the match is very good. And HP down is bad, but it's not that bad. It wouldn't cause me to instantly lose this game. I mean, really, the insight here is that Bastiodon and Dugtrio suck against Latios. I just need to kill Nidoking, really. Okay. I mean, one option here is that I explode. That seems a bit extreme. Seems a little bit extreme. Bastiodon is more likely to waste its turn than Nidoking is. So I do think it's Fake Out on Nidoking. I do think it is probably Earth Power on Nidoking as well. Guess we need to be a tiny bit careful with Bastiodon 3 with double team. It doesn't have its leftovers. Yeah. Like, Latios should beat it, and it doesn't have recovery, but at the same time it's a little bit spooky to leave it alone. We're probably going to go for the Leech. But with Nidoking down, the big threat to Latios is gone. Can Explosion miss? No. Not without, like, double team or something. In Tower, we could miss Nidoking because of Bright Powder, but there's no items in the arcade. Yeah, can it miss is a... There's two ways to look at that question. Is it infinite accuracy or is it 100% accuracy? It's 100% accuracy. If that had hit... okay, we miss. If that had hit Heatran, it would have been an interesting game. We still would have hit the Icy Wind into Dugtrio, though, which makes Latios faster than it. Can a Hustle Pokemon learn Explosion or Self-Destruct? Can't think of one. There's Fissure, okay. So Fissure into Heatran is a bit more likely because it's still considered 4 times super effective. Even though OHKO moves don't care about being super effective normally. But the AI cares about it. Yeah, you could skill swap, that's right. Right. I think Latios finishes off Dugtrio. There's the Iron Head, that's fine. There is a tiny chance of this going badly wrong. We don't want to use Protect though, unless both Mons Protect. Okay, and that's GG. I was not expecting to hit all his moves. Leech Seed is remarkably useful. It really does get a lot of use out of it. At the same time, I feel like if I lose, it will be Ludicolo's fault. It's almost certainly a Psychic. I don't think there's another one that shares the Overworld sprite. Oh, how do I lose? How do I lose this? Latios 2, probably the best chance of losing. I wonder if I just open out with Explosion though. It's only close because Slowking survives Explosion, of course. Okay, so that's I get an item by default. I don't want an item. I think we're aiming for this. The end of the 3rd row. Start at the 4th row. Burn the enemy team. Was nicely timed. Psychic Sylvie, okay. The fact they're burned, does it change much? I mean, obviously we get a bit more out of Fake Out. It's kind of difficult to kill Latios. What I might want to do is just open up with Icy Wind. I think my best chance of losing here is to the enemy Latios free, which speed ties my Latios, because it's timid. And then if that crits me. And the best way around that is to use Icy Wind. I think we're probably doing that then. Probably Icy Wind and probably... I want to say Protect on Heatran. I don't really want to lose Heatran for nothing. Okay. Don't think that changes anything. Mostly interested in what Slowking set is now. Okay, it's Brian. That's fine. They both went for Heatran, and we know Heatran is faster than Latios because it's Latios 1. I think with Claydol in the back, we win if we explode here. I should always kill Slowking, particularly with the single target damage. So because Heatran has already fainted, Latios takes spread damage, but there are now 2 Pokemon on the field for their explosion. So this Slowking now takes single target explosion damage. It's honestly something close to a bug. I mean, we crit anyway, so it really did not matter. Hey BBs, how did Dewgang do today? Dewgang in Gen 3 Tower doubles. Hmm. $280 is quite a serious streak. Quite a serious streak. We crit again. Okay. I'm not beating the good luck allegations anytime soon, I guess. Freeze. He's using Dewgong. Dewgong in doubles in Gen 3, it does actually make a bit of sense with the particularly the fake out flexibility. And it's nice to be able to switch in to Ice Beams without too much fear. Picnicker. Picnicker is always set 4. So I think we're fine. I had the... Oh wait, I've Belgium scored. When I left the room, it was 4-all. Not 1-all. Sorry, not 4. 1-all. Thinking about set 4. It is still 1-1. Okay. What is the tiebreaker in World Cup groups? Like if a team wins every game, another team loses every game, and 2 teams win 1, lose 1, and tie. Is it just goal difference? I mean, Spain losing is pretty crazy. It is pretty crazy. I think Spain will definitely one of the favourites. Okay, so this is skip the match by default, which is funny. So we really do nothing here. This is the best tile because you don't even play. This is quite a weird board with the team swap squares. This is speed up. This is random roulette for the next game. This is sand. This is battle points. This is hail. This is rain. This is sun. This is I get to sleep. This is I get a random item. So I need to manually put it in. Or we would have won that match easily, but it's still nice to just skip it, obviously. How fireable is this? I would love to watch a speedrun of Arcade. I think that would be so cool. Because you'd be trying to but the thing about Arcade is what happens in the battles actually matters because how you play the battles influences the roulettes you get in future games. So maybe it's not possible to carry to manip and you've got to sort of react. I think it'd be very cool. Medicham in the back is weird. Potential fake out at the end. I think a task run It would be interesting. I don't think it would be super interesting. I suspect the task run involves skipping almost everything. But I think it would be a good speedrun because, like, if you go to 49 with a good team and with, like, the full kit of speedrun strategies, it's probably sub 2 hours easily. So it's probably a good length as well. No, it must be sub 2 hours. I mean, Factory is sub 2 hours. It must be, like, almost 1 hour. So I kind of blinked and I didn't see what the start square was. I think it was this, which means this is the end. But I might just go for the bottom because it's free. Nice, okay. I haven't actually said what I'm going to do yet. I mean, Gallade is a little bit of a problem because it's got such high special defense, obviously. What do we want to do to Gallade? My feeling is protect an Icy Wind. Am I that scared of Gallade too, though? Because we could just explode. Should we just explode, actually? I think we just explode. It's Medicham in the back. It's not going to matter. Obviously, we don't want to use Fake Out on Gallade, which is normally what we do if we were concerned about conflicting ones. Okay, it's not Gallade 2 because he trans faster. And there's absolutely no way they're living. This is a single target explosion on Gallade, but it obviously doesn't matter. I have added the EVs to Gen 3 as well. It's just that it's a recent thing. So like if you're watching like the VOD channel or the highlights channel, it won't have updated yet. I would never fake out a Pokemon. So how do I lose this? Because Latios kind of dumps it, right? It has to be Medicham 4. It has to be Medicham 4. If I protect with Latios and Medicham 2 gets a Poison Jab crit, do I lose? Poison Jab crit and do Ludicolo, of course. I don't think so. At the same time... I think I do it. I'm worried about Medicham 4. Explosion always targets in... It is actually Medicham 4. It always targets in the speed order. So Mr. Mime got hit first. Because Mr. Mime is base 90 speed and Gallade is base 80. Yeah, I think everyone's seen. I have pinned a comment about Worse's response. Right. This could go wrong. I think I'd have to like min-roll this Psychic. But if I do, and I also miss Icy Wind, I could probably lose. Okay, that's not a min-roll. It's funny because if someone else played this team, I would criticize it for the inaccuracy of Leech Seed. Leech Seed is 10% to miss, but it hasn't really been a big issue yet. I mean, yeah, it's fine. Not everyone wants to stay up to date on the drama, and it's healthy to want to move on. Yeah, I mean... Worst has said his piece. If I was Worst's manager, if I was Wurst's best friend, I would have told him not to say certain things in that statement, but he did, and in some ways what I really hope is another YouTuber doesn't touch this, because I think it could end very poorly if someone else looks into it. But it's not going to be me. Yeah, I mean, I think he would have... Yeah, he probably shouldn't have said anything. That's my feeling. What he could have said... It wouldn't have been... I wouldn't have liked it, but what he totally could have said is, yeah, look, no one cares. No one cares. It was all rage bait. The 504 video with 50k views, all the live streams, they were all rage bait. No one cares. And actually, if he'd said that, I think some of the speedrunners would have, like, been less upset than they are right now. But yeah, I'm not a speedrunner. I'm not like that invested in that at all. Looks like it's level up for me, which is very nice. Yeah, Swampert is a bit annoying, right? Swampert can't use Earthquake next to Infernape, of course, but it can still go for the water move into Heatran, which feels a bit spooky. And then, of course, Infernape can one-shot Heatran as well. It finished 1-1, yeah. I mean, it's always like this with competitions, right? It's like, there's always a team, you're like... Because Spain are definitely top 3 to win, I think. I think it's France, Spain, England in that order for most likely to win. Obviously, the fact that Spain have done this is not a good sign. Spain probably fine to bounce back, but it's a bit concerning when it's Egypt. It is better than losing. It is better than losing, that is true. But I think, like, in most sports, when it's like, when you're playing like a much worse team, you just really don't want to be scored against. The fact that Egypt scored is really bad. It's the same with every sport. Anyway. So we can fake out Infernape, and then it doesn't have a chance to go for the roll. At the same time, I can Icy Wind, and then I'm always faster. So it's either Icy Wind Protect, or fake out Earth Power. Yeah, it's basically a loss for Spain. What is the program called in Logout? It's just a local program that reads the screen and fetches the sets from the spreadsheet and then displayed them. It's just something I have running. I'm leaning more towards a fake out line. I guess it is true that Latios always one-shots Infernape. I just don't want Infernape to one-shot Heatran. I made it, yeah. And we knew that Infernape was never going to use Fake Out because Infernape 1 would always use Close Combat. We probably will release it. Okay, it's actually the special Swampert set, so Heatran does die here. Why is there another scrolling road below? There shouldn't be there. Thanks, Yale. Yeah, that's the whole reason it's there, so it's great to hear that. Thank you. I've been asked this a few times, what facilities would I design? I definitely bring back... I mean, the tower is free, right? Because the tower is just the zero effort one. Definitely bring the factory back. I think castle is cool. I think you take the castle concept, you make it a bit harder, and you run a bit further with it. And then something a bit like the arcade, where it's like, the arcade is cool because it's not fully random, but it does mix things up a bit. And then, honestly, yeah, it's a bit of a cop-out answer, but I think I would copy the Gen 4 Frontier and add 2 facilities. But I'm not sure what those 2 would be. I mean, Dome is so cool. Like, they should combine, like, Dome and Arcade or something. So what should I do here? Because I do need to kill Venusaur. Swampert is extremely likely to go for Ice Beam or Counter. I love the Dome. I mean, they could try and do Pyramid or Pike. I just think... Ah, that's annoying. Okay. It's a bulkier Venusaur then. Which is good news. Probably not Venusaur 4. Yeah, okay. But yeah, I don't have a great idea. Swampert using Counter is very good news. Right, if I want to be really greedy here, I can Icy Wind and Psychic. But I think what I'll do is probably double protect. Just thinking, how bad is it if I give... Because Venusaur's going to Outrage. I think we double protect. There's no real reason not to. Missing the Icy Wind is just... It's so bad that I actually think I have to target with Latios. Okay. Swampert has refused to use the move Ice Beam. I mean, the thing about Gen 10 Battle Factory is I'm not sure it would be much fun. It might be too hard because there's just so much power creep. There's just so many Pokemon that could be in the game. I think the major thing I'd say about the Frontier, if it came back, it needs to be hard. Like, yeah, like Arcade Doubles, for example. I think 500 is a bit too much. It might be better if the average streak for a very good team was more like 150. And particularly Tower. Tower is too long. Even for Tower enthusiasts, they think it's too long. It probably needs to be a bit harder. Or ramp up the difficulty more as you go further in. Okay, it's a Dragon Tamer almost certainly. Steelix. I think it would be fine, like... I think it would be fine if... Like... In round, like, 15... At match 106... the NPCs start getting access to, like, actual Ubers. I think that would be fine. I think it would be funny. And, like, the goal is to get the Prince and then to get 100, and then after that it's like, yeah, we're going to just make it harder and harder. And it's like, at some point, like maybe past 200, you start doing 3 versus 4 instead of 3 versus 3. And then, like, maybe, like, past 300, it gets even worse. I think that'd be fine. What if they get a battle item? that might be a bit too much. I don't know. It's fine. The legendaries I am using are nowhere near Kyogre level. So, obviously, Hail gets replaced by Tyranitar immediately. But I don't think I really want to risk anything else. I guess I could go for this. It's kind of free, right? The Burn Tile. Let's go for the Burn Tile. I'm actually surprised I got that, but not going to complain. Yeah, the Burn... Right, the Burn Tile changes this a lot because it means that Tyranitar 4 can't one-shot Heatran with Earthquake. The downside of that is it means that Tyranitar 4 would use Dragon Dance. Biggest threat by far has to be Charizard because it's not burned. Okay. It's definitely Charizard that gets faked out. I don't think there's any doubt about that. The real question is, what do I do? Because I can just flamethrower the Charizard. I don't think it achieves too much. We can get rid of Tyranitar. Obviously, if it is Dragon Dance or Cursed T-Type, I don't really want it on the field. Yeah, let's just hit the T-Type. It's fine. It feels like we're not taking maximum advantage of the burn, but it's not fully fair, right? Okay, it's a bulkier one. I'm pretty sure T-Tar 3 is actually max defense. I don't remember. Am I going to start cheating and look at my own overlay? Open OBS while playing. I think Icy Wind. I really want to use Protect on Heatran. I'm gonna do it. This match is probably over. Don't think Steelix would ever mount a comeback from here. Tyranitar is obviously going to be in Earth Power range. Might as well leech. Might as well leech T-Tar in case something really weird happens. It doesn't die. Yep. That's fine. Burn Steelix. So it can explode. I guess it could explode and explosion crits Heatran and then I lose. Definitely want to kill Charizard first. Don't think there was a possible way to lose that match, really. It needed to be like T-Tar 4. Oh, that was match 7, okay. 37 minutes, that's not too bad. I don't enter singles by accident. Tried asking this question. The previous also stream. Yes. Yes, Ghostvic, yeah. So, status moves are considered attacks. Which is an important part of the Switch AI. Definitely an important part of the Switch AI. Okay, set 4. This is a pretty meme team. This team without its items. I think damage rolls are fine. I think there's only a few things that annoy me about Pokemon. I think the biggest one is the freeze mechanic, and probably the second biggest one is Quick Claw. Outside of that, I'm actually kind of okay, because we need some of the variants to make it more interesting. Setup would be too powerful if we removed crits from the game, right? Gen 4 Switch AI is it's more complicated than Gen 5 and above. Most of the time, it's fairly straightforward. Obviously, we don't have to worry about Switch AI in 3 versus 3 doubles, though, because the AI never has a choice for what to switch to. Hey, level up. That makes this even easier. I mean, we know Armaldo is going to use Earthquake. It's guaranteed, because it sees that Altaria is flying type, so even though it could also probably go for X-Scissor on Ludicolo to kill, it would rather use Earthquake. And actually with the level boost, it probably can't even kill Ludicolo with the X-Scissor. Alien. I wonder what I do for absolute cleanest way of winning. It feels like fake out Flamethrower Armaldo on turn 1, and then Icy win the Altaria on turn 2. Honestly, Altaria doesn't matter. The only way I could lose this is by letting Armaldo get an attack off. You could have also opened with Icy Wind and Protect. But then Ludicolo takes the damage from Earthquake and potentially takes damage from Air Cutter as well. Yeah, just like this, so I think this was better. Once again, I'd love to I'd love to just rely on Icy Wind to knock out Armaldo, but I can't really do that. To do it this way round, we know Rhydon is going to use Earthquake. It's absolutely guaranteed. I think we'll go for the Icy Wind. Nice, we actually got the kill because of the level gap. Parasitized. Frillis. Frillis sent it first. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Gen 1 and 2 mechanics. I feel like a lot of the things they changed were direct improvements. It's a Sailor. Sailors are fighting and water types. Machamp is annoying, right? I'm always so concerned about Machamp Free. Machamp Free is such an annoying Pokemon. It's only 1 in 4 to be Machamp Free at least. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, we're lucky, right? We got 2 Frontiers, and they got split between a generation with a massive mechanical change. Like, if the 2 Frontiers were Gen 4 and Gen 5, they'd probably be too similar. But the fact that they're split by this physical special split is very nice for making them replayable years later. He'll never be No Guard Machamp Free. That's the spirit, we believe. I mean, giving the enemy items, is berries specifically, is not a big problem. This is a fairly big target. Speed down, skip, berry, battle point. This is horrendous though if I hit it. I think we'll go for it though, might as well. Nice, I was super late. Still, better than that, the enemy having berries. Yeah, there's a lot of content in Heart Gold. Don't worry guys, Gen 10 has been in the oven for years. Surely they've made a huge post-game for it. It is very tempting to explode. The downside of explosion is that Machamp lives, which is a bit of a problem. I'd love to fake out Machamp, but then I risk it being Vaporeon too. I think it is Explosion. I'd love to kill one of them. It's just very, 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 very definitely not guaranteed. The problem is, if I don't explode, I guess I could Leech Seed, Vaporeon, and Protect. What is the biggest problem that could happen there? Because Machamp is always hitting Heatran. Biggest problem there would be Ice Beam Freeze on Ludicolo, or Signal Beam Confuse on Ludicolo. Hmm. Do I switch then? Also, I could miss the Leech Seed, of course, and then I'm not in a good position. I think the lowest variance play is to Protect Explode. Yeah, there's something incredibly chill about playing against the AI instead of against other people. I do like PvP. It is good fun, but there's something very chill about the Frontier. You're not gonna ever keep your opponent waiting in the Frontier. I was expecting this. It is very important what the moves are that they use. Signal Beam is 4. My god, it is always just the worst case scenario, isn't it? Ooh, okay. Probably Leech Seed. At least Machamp 3 does not have its item. I mean, Showdown is nice because there are so many quality of life features on Showdown which make it really comfortable to play for you and the opponent. You don't have to worry about being rude or anything. Quagsire is last, so I'm a little bit worried about this. I'm a little bit worried about Quagsire 3. It should not be Quagsire 3 though, because that's Quick Claw. Hey, Cosmo. Right, let's Leech and Protect. Okay, Quagsire 4, okay. Do you guys remember, it was years ago, those YouTube channels which are all staged showdown fights? It was like sweeping someone with a Magikarp and the person would get upset in chat, but it was always they were playing themselves or they were playing a friend. But they were still quite entertaining. I don't think many people were actually fooled, but sensational bait posting. I'm bait. Am I baiting, or is worse baiting? Okay. I mean, it is partially true. I'm sure at the bottom of the showdown ladder you can find lots of idiots. I totally believe that. Praying no one who made the showdown stuff would become real script writers. Would it be an improvement? Yeah, I agree. Like, what's cool about the Frontier is that, like, Drapion is not really used in high-level competitive play, neither is Lapras. Of course, in lower tiers they can be, but in higher tiers not really. And it's like, yeah, it's like Machamp and like Slowbro was using tower doubles, and yeah, there's a lot of cool Pokemon. It is quite funny though that the most broken thing in the Gen 4 Frontier is still Garchomp. But that's kind of inevitable, right? That was just inevitable. Basis question. I was drifting in and out, talking to Exarian. So yeah, I went over the obviously Worcester is saying that he used Starmie free accidental Manip or something. So we had a look into those seeds, mostly out of curiosity, and yeah, we agree that it's probably best to just drop it. The only thing that was the only point of looking into that was and we agreed beforehand was like, well, if there's no Starmie free seed, that's really bad. And also we were like, oh, if there's like a really, really, really good Starmie free seed, then it might actually be a reason to shift the reason to believe Worcester to be a bit more. So like, you know, maybe Worcester really is telling the truth with this Starmie free stuff. But what we looked at was sort of bad. Actually, maybe I shouldn't say it because I don't want to bias future investigations. But yeah, it wasn't either of those cases. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have stayed up, but I knew that Zarin also wanted to move on, which I understand. That's also how I feel. I haven't put in the opponents here yet. So Roughneck, we don't know what their Pokemon sets are then. Crobat. Should be fine. Just need to be a bit careful of certain endgames with Crobat. Wait, Javi has a... Oh, it's Starmie. I thought it was like some kind of berry, but it's Starmie back sprite. That's cool. Frontier doesn't have as many mind games. I mean, so the enemy AI is deterministic, right? Obviously, some of the times the enemy AI is going to be randomly using moves, but you haven't been mind gamed. It's just that you guessed wrong. Unfortunately, the analysis of Worcester's 212 streak... I mean, Zarian went over the 504 video, which is absolutely insane. I don't mention that at all in my video. It's too close to bullying. That is my... I mean, if I think that, I'm sure an unbiased observer also thinks that. It's like... It's very difficult to review Worcester's gameplay and say, like, well, he's completely ignored this, he's completely ignored this, he's doing this, it's wrong, he's ignored this, he's put an item clause here. It's just, it just feels mean. And I think it's bad to give, so a lot of people hate Worcester. I don't hate Worcester. It's bad to give people who hate Worcester a lot of ammo for no reason that doesn't work. And it also is just going to make people who love Worcester really hate me. So I just don't think it achieves anything. I understand that a lot of you guys are genuinely unbiased and want to see the analysis. I do understand that. So I do want to do more analysis, but for obvious reasons, probably won't be doing analysis on Worcester's gameplay. We could do breakdown of other people's runs. I've always wanted to do this. This is speed down. I think this is probably the best thing on the board. But yeah, I would love to do breakdowns of other people's gameplay. I think that would be a really good resource. So yeah, just what you need to do if you want to do that, just DM or link me a VOD. Just say, at Magpie, you can review this. I will look at it. Yeah, I know Etchy's doing some stuff. I mean, I'm happy to jump on a call. Someone DM'd me yesterday asking for coaching. And I actually meant to reply and say yes. I think what I do for coaching is instead of charging people money, I just be like, can we do it live on stream? Because I think it would be a really good learning resource for others. Anyway. Yeah, I would definitely collab with Etchy. I mean, honestly, Etchy is probably too much of a good player to be a really good test subject. And a lot of you guys are also probably too good. If I'm thinking about like a really helpful video for like the YouTube viewers, like they don't know what a damage calc is. They're like five steps below below that. I also think it would be epic. I mean, we've talked about this a lot. To have non-factory players get coached by factory players, and then there being some kind of like tournament or like thing where like you get the best streak in a week or something. Not a complete noob. Like there's, I don't know. There's a middle ground. I think it's fine. I think it's a good idea to do it with all skill levels, I guess. I've completely forgotten what I was thinking of doing against these two clowns. Probably want to fake out Absol. I kind of like Leech Seed on Dusknoir as well, though. I think I actually prefer Leech Seed on Dusknoir. Coach Outie. I think Outie is very busy. I know Outie is interested in doing that as well. I've spoken to Altisimo about that. But I know she's very busy with website stuff, and I don't want to distract her. Because I have distracted her a lot in the past. Okay, Trick Room, but you also paralyzed me, so that's slightly backfiring on you, isn't it? I'm really not afraid of Absol 2, though. Yeah, the other thing about... I know this is like slightly like spoilery, but... the other thing about the whole Worcester thing is that like... I understand that it feels like a big deal, but like Worcester is not the controversial thing that's going to happen this year in the Frontier. Like there's something truly awful that's coming, unfortunately, which is much worse than Worcester. Yeah. I understand that that's a bit annoyingly cryptic. It's just... It's the truth. Okay, I don't care. Swagger is annoying. Do I swap out Ludi then? I just don't want to be hit by Shadow Punch on the switch in with Latios. The thing about Worcester is outside of Worcester having a platform and lying about the factory, Worcester was not a big deal. Like, he would have been a big deal if he'd been playing loads of Frontier, but he wasn't. I've made everyone excited, yeah, I know. The thing is, all the records I believe are cheated. That can't be one video, right? There are too many. So I self-hit. This is a bad position for Crobat to come out in. I think it is fine if Ludicolo faints, but it probably is even better if I try and resist that. And it's also probably better if I kill Dusknoir, although it should be dead to Leech Seed. Let's make sure. Okay, so we do self-hit again. I knew people were saying that. I mean, I think I said this yesterday. I really wanted to beat 212 in factory doubles, but I just couldn't do it. And it's fine to call that a skill issue, but I wanted to do that because I knew that people were going to accuse me of being, like, jealous, or, you know, like, if number 3 on the leaderboard accuses number 2 of cheating, there's an alternate agenda there, isn't there? Thanks, Scotto. Like, there's an obvious agenda, like... I'm not going to deny it. Like, of course, you can look at it that way. I can say it. I didn't mean it like that, but I understand that. I understand that perspective. What is your PB? So in level 100 doubles in Gen 3 Factory, it's 140. It's my current streak. But 140 is still a long way away from 212. Like, the thing about doubles is if you get a bad draft, it's kind of over. I was explaining to Xarian yesterday, I was like, Gen 3 doubles good draft is like the easiest thing ever. It's easier than Tower. It's easier than Dome. It's easier than everything. But Gen 3 factory doubles with a bad draft is like, you're probably sub 50% to live the round. I also spent most of last year going, can someone please play Factory 100 seriously? Someone that is not me, Worster or Guma. Can someone please try it? But it's just not as popular as singles is. Crunchy audio. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what LOX's latest loss was. I'm not sure if this is a bird keeper or if it's an ace trainer. If it's an ace trainer, it's set 4. Thanks, Cheaped. That's kind. The Battle Frontier difficulty is definitely an accident. It's definitely an accident that it's actually quite good fun to play past gold. It's a happy accident, but it's definitely an accident. Oh my god, it's a scam train. Yeah, so this overworld sprite can be a bird keeper or an ace trainer. Or it can be a Pokemon Ranger as well. So these might be set 4s. Yeah, Nico was like one of the first pioneers of factory doubles. This is a pretty big target, right? I think Battle Subway is fine. I don't like it as much as Gen 4, but I will be playing it. The problem with Subway is I have reading problems on Subway, like the screen reader that I have for Gen 4 and Gen 3. It struggles in Subway because of the white text. It's like semi-transparent text. Yeah, I mean, the story of... In some ways, the shame about the Worcester video is the fact that, like, the story of factory doubles in Gen 3 is quite interesting, but obviously I had to sort of, like, ruin half that story because it was context for Worcester. Yeah, like, Nico did a lot. Dave played... I'm not sure exactly when Dave started playing, but Dave played a lot. And then Guma played and got over 100 twice. And then I beat Guma by 1, and then Guma just went and got 259, and everyone was like, okay, well, maybe the category is dead. And then recently, LOXE beat Guma's 185 in the other category. I'll be honest, I think Subway Durant is like, it is actually mind-numbingly boring. I respect Squilliams for trying to do it. If you're in the Discord, Squilliams is live streaming Subway as well, but it's really boring. Like, you'll play 50 games and like 2 of them will be marginally interesting. Guma actually came back. Guma streamed today. Which is just, I'm sure he came back for a reason, but Guma came back, yeah. I'm not Guma, I think, is going to go after LOX's record of 196 in doubles. I don't know. I mean, the problem with Subway is, right, it's like, okay, I can play Durant. I know that's the best. It's also really boring. Or I can play something else. And I'm like, if I play something else, I think I'm just going to get angry when I lose because I'm like, oh, I wouldn't have lost to the Durant team. And I was like, yeah, no, that's axiomatic, right? It's just, you can't say that. So I'm not sure. Maybe I go for a Durant streak and do 1 streak of Durant and then I say it's over. Two. Poor Turskin. Leave Turskin alone. Poor Turskin. That was a brutal. I mean, you are correct, but it was also brutal. Right, let's fake out Staraptor because of the Brave Bird issue. And Flamethrower Staraptor, I guess. Yeah, Truant is like very dominant. I understand the in Gen 6 there are other ideas because in Gen 6 you get access to megas. So there are other good teams that don't use Durant in Gen 6, but in Gen 5 it is kind of Durant or nothing. Like the second best team in Gen 5 is probably the team I was playing, which is just basically Stool. The team I was playing on stream a few weeks ago was like, yeah, well if Suicune misses Icy Wind against Gyarados, it's over. This is how it goes. I'm pretty sure it was a coincidence. I really don't think Game Freak care about that stuff. You know who's good at maze and doubles? Pretty sure Epi has the record in maze on doubles, right? I know Turskin has a big streak. Oh, Aaron. Oh my god. Don't worry, guys. I'm fully conscious today. But yeah, maze on doubles is like, I know Epi got 4k, but naively, without playing it, I'm like, I wonder if that is a potential 9k streak as well. Because it's like, what do you actually lose to? What do you actually lose to in like maze on doubles with Gen 6 Aaron and Mega Kang in the back and Eviolite Dusclops? I'm playing Tree on offline basically. I'm not streaming it. I am playing Tree. I'm playing Tree doubles right now. You're not missing out on not watching it though. Nice burn. Okay, this is super over. Oh, it's Conkeldurr was a 4th as well. Yeah, I spoke to Parasitize about exactly this. I'm not sure how common ice trainers are, because obviously in Gen 4 you have ice ace trainers, and they're quite a large chunk of the trainer pool. I think they're 6% of the trainer pool is ice ace trainers. And then in Gen 5 you have the ice workers, and they show up incredibly often. They're super annoying. Don't worry, my Tree double streak, I'm never going to post it anywhere. It's not like a official streak because I'm not recording it. It is important that I practice what I preach, and it would be hypocritical of me to complain about other people playing offline and posting it, and then I do the same. I can't do that, obviously. Oh yeah, Devons is back as well. So Devons was playing Battle Tree, I want to say 2 years ago, maybe last year. And Devons seems to want to play Gen 3 with Gardevoir. This is a bit of a weird one. Nice, okay, I was going for that. It's quite a bad board, actually. Yeah, in the battle tree, every 10 battles, a like boss trainer shows up, which is very cool. So the battle tree is like the battle tree is a cool combination of the battle tower and the Pokemon World Tournament. And then when you beat them, you unlock them for multis. At the same time, I wish the battle tree had a few more modes. Like, Obviously in Gen 6 they had rotations and triples, which were cool, but I don't think... I'm pretty sure those aren't options in the battle tree. It's freeze, right? I've forgotten what I clicked. Yeah, so the dark side... I will say this publicly, because I need to be called out for it if it happens. The dark side of looking into the RNG seed stuff is that I have now got a file on my computer, which is the first 10,000 seeds of the factory starting from 0. I need to delete that and never look at it again, because I never want to accidentally RNG manip or RNG identify. It sounds ridiculous, but, you know. Unfortunately, part of looking into it means that we've got to be aware of it, and being aware of it means that we've got to have, like, proper rules against it. Go look at the Lilycove painting if you're ever scared. It's fine, because at least I've got speed up, right? So I can just jam speed up on for a random amount of time, and that can be my justification for not doing anything. Right, how do I lose this? Obviously horn drill, but how else? Pretty sure Nidoking is more likely to use horn drill than Rhyperior, because Payback and Avalanche have special AI, and Counter can get +4 against Ludicolo. So yeah, fake out the Nidoking and try and kill Rhyperior. Wait, I could fight a Lilycove every stream. I could do that. I'd need to be reminded, but I can definitely do that. What happens if the painting does the painting like advance your RNG like at like a stupidly fast speed? Is that what it is? It's definitely not a it's definitely not solid rock Rhyperior, but I don't think Icy Wind would kill. I wonder if I just go for Protect or if I go for Leech on the Nidoking. Changes the initial. Oh, okay. I mean, if it changes my seed to a set seed, that's also a problem, right? Because I could prepare that in advance. I hate cheating so much. I hate all the stupid rules about cheating. Ah, it's just, yeah. How long is 10,000 frames? That's not that long, actually, is it? Like, that's a few minutes. So I just jam speed up on, like, 10 times speed and move up and down, and then it's over. Do not like seeing the substitute up. Just memorize every possible seed. I mean, I hate cheating, right? Because the problem with cheating is once you start thinking how could someone cheat, there's actually quite a lot of ways they could cheat, right? My defense so far has mostly been that I'm just clueless. What if you rest around 9 IVs and you accidentally identify the opponent? True. I guess we never rest again. Sometimes wonder how many records are cheated, but it's just so well covered up. It's an uncomfortable question, isn't it? It is an uncomfortable question. The one thing about cheating in the Frontier, right? Let me show this actually. Let me give an example. So it's possible. I'm completely sure this is a Roma lady. It's probably possible for me to do something to find out what executor set this is. I'm sure that's possible. I don't know, but I'm sure it's possible. But like, if I cheated to find out that it was like egg-free, I would still have to play as if I didn't know it was egg-free. Otherwise, it would be amazingly suspicious. So at least if I was cheating like that, I'd have to try and like cover it up, but with my commentary and with my decision making, and that makes it a bit less powerful. It's also why it's probably slightly better to do live commentary if you can. Yeah, I don't know. I do know that Emerald's RNG is very broken. More broken than Gen 4. The 504 was taken down. Well, we said yesterday, in fact I said about 36 hours ago that I was amazed that 504 was still up. I was expecting 504 to be deleted instantly on... Well, you know, I was expecting that to be the first thing that Wersa did, was delete the 504 video. But, you know, it's probably good for him. It'll protect him against, you know, Karl Jobst. The fact that that's gone. And I mean that unironically. It's also a pretty terrible one. I'm actually going to aim for the speed down. It's a grass train. I don't need too much to win this. What was Prasai saying? Checking 2 or 3 paintings. I mean, I can do that. I can start every stream in Lily Cove and look at paintings, because that's only a few minutes, right? I'm happy to do that. That would be insane. Billy Mitchell getting the money because of the lawsuit. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that with Lily Cove. We can do that. Because I'm not using RNG Minute, I'm completely happy to do that. You can do normal commentary while secretly cheating, you get an Oscar. True. Unfortunately, just like I said in the Wersa video, unfortunately, the players most likely to be able to do it are also the best players. It's just a fact. And I know that includes me, because that's just how it is. I kind of hope this is not executor free. For multiple reasons. So what's the best way of advancing here? I do like immediately killing the Roserade. I also like not making contact with Fake Out. I probably should Fake Out Roserade though. It is more threatening on average, and Grass Whistle is the big problem, right? Because Roserade 3 is faster than Heatran. Do me a favor and don't lose. Gotcha. I do feel like, I don't know if this is confirmation bias, I feel like when I try and guess what it is, it's more than 25% chance that I'm right. Bro. Oh, this is gonna... Like, can I make the excuse that if I really was cheating like this, I would never say the correct one in an example like this? That's quite funny, though. Oh my god. And the last stream as well on Factory, the allegations are going to follow me forever now. Okay, that's fine. It's probably better to switch. Just erased my memory. Hold on, was it more likely to be free than the others? I don't think so, right? There's no white herb. No, it wasn't. It's pure 1 in 4. You can't believe it was executor free. This is world record team. No, no. Squilliams has the world record at 469 with ooh, what is it? Did he use Yanma or Ninjask? He used an underleveled Yanma or Ninjask with speed boost to bait the Pokemon. I think it was next to Metagross. Or maybe it was next to Gyarados and then Metagross is in the back. But it was a bait team. I think Squilliams' team is better than mine. And I think I'm probably not going to beat him. I'm happy to say that. That seems likely. So do I swap? I don't think so. We do need to hit this. Right, if I lose to Ludicolo. I lose to Ludicolo too. Please edit. Surely if I was cheating, I wouldn't miss this much. Please. No, please. Okay. Microphone activated Axie boost. Losing to Ludicolo 2 would have been generational. It's a guitarist. Okay, so it's a set 4 guitarists because they have dark types. The any set guitarists are only electric and ghost. Yeah, I know what you mean, VBreeze. I understand what you mean there. It's actually very much easier to play live because then you just never cheat, right? Like if I lose here, I lose here. I can't delete this VOD and pretend it didn't happen. It needs to be at least identical to true. It's a surprisingly not great board. Oh my god, I was late. Oh no. It doesn't matter, it's just very embarrassing. Does that change anything? I can't think of what it changes. Obviously, I die to the Absol for Superpower on Heatran, but it won't use Superpower because Superpower is not a kill move. Yeah, Aldizima, I said that you're busy as well. I know that. Okay. Fake out T-Tar. Earth Power T-Tar. Or explode. You know what? I kind of like exploding. Or swap to Latios and Leech. Bit scary with Absol on the field, right? If you want to watch the 504 video, it's actually quite simple. You can go and watch Zarian's stream from yesterday. The thing about the 504 video, and I've to be clear, I've got no idea if this is true. It was a speedrunning community that were talking about it. There was heavy suspicion that Worcester might have been using a macro in it, which I think would be more serious than anything I've said, but again, I've got no idea if that's true. I don't know how easy it is to mash through the screen. But that was a discussion yesterday. I could explode next turn, couldn't I? I think that's probably best. It's a very big accusation, but, you know, some very, very big speedrunners said it. He did say some pretty funny things in hindsight, but, you know. Worcester has admitted that he shouldn't have said that and it was misleading. I'm pretty sure I explode here for the single target damage into T-Tar. Manectric is a problem though, because of Signal Beam on Latios. I don't know if there's a way around that. Alternatively, I could just protect. I think I do need to explode actually. I could protect Flamethrower, but I think I need to explode. Yeah, Elrixie, there's several things that went wrong, right? So, first up, Elrixie should have followed the speedrun rules when you show your... I can't remember, like you show like your emulator window or something. He should have done that. And then he probably shouldn't have done that thumbnail. I understand why he did it, because he was excited and he was looking forward to the competition, but he probably shouldn't have done it. And then Worcester shouldn't have done what Worcester did after that as well. Yeah. Yeah. A more experienced person in the Pokemon scene would not have done that. I'm a little bit worried here about Manectric. At the same time, I'm pretty damn sure that it would be a mistake to use Flamethrower on Absol. It's unfortunate that Absol chose to target Ludicolo first, but that's what it is. Yeah, it just about lives. That's... I mean, that's definitely Icy Wind range, but I don't know if I can risk that. Might be losing, guys. Might be losing. It would not take a lot. What am I on, like 50? 44? I think Latios has to target T-Tar, because if I miss Icy Wind, I definitely lose. Is there a way around the Signal Beam crit? I don't think so. I think I've just got Icy Wind. Icy Wind, Sand Chip, and Psychic should kill Manectric. I think it's fine. Missing Icy Wind would really suck. I could also double protect. But I think the Icy Wind... Oh, no, no, no. I should double protect. It's going to be a close one. Let's just not blunder into Lightning Rod with Latios. We fail it. Okay, so Manectric kills. It's a 1v1. And we're dead to Confuse and we're dead to crit. But I'm pretty sure Latios can sometimes kill with a regular attack. The interesting question is going to be, do I use Protect? Do I use Protect on this turn before attacking? It makes me more likely to kill with Psychic if I do. Signal Beam will do around 80, maybe a bit less to Latios. No, because Cecil is 21 IV. More like 74 then. 74, 75 at most. I think I use Protect. I use Protect. We could do a damage roll. We could look up the damage roll on Manectric, but I don't think it matters because I think we're always going to be going for this because it always increases the chance that Psychic can kill. Even if we missed the range here, as long as we don't get crit, we could maybe still win by getting confused because Manectric might be dying to sand. Okay, nice. It's funny, isn't it? We don't... It was only like a... It was probably only like a 10% chance to lose, actually. Fake tension. But the number of games you have like that, anytime you can lose to a crit, it's a sign that your team is bad. Squilliams' team would have won that easily. Okay, set 4. D-Knight 4 without its choice band. Fuck. Why can't I type the word Magnezone? I know how to spell it, I was derping the keyboard. The outrage target being random is highly, highly annoying. I'm pretty sure Dragonite is going to use Earthquake anyway. It might be good to swap to Latios, you know, on the first turn. I don't think I can be asleep. This is quite a big target though, very, very level. If I'm late, I'm sleeping anyway. Okay, slightly early. I preferred the level, obviously. Would have stopped Fissure from being a problem. Landsat is not going to be useful. Surely I would never get a crit after the Landsat boost. Okay. I'm definitely leading towards the Leech Seed Warlord and switch. Can't fake out the Inner Focus Mon, obviously. The most likely thing Warlord is going to do is to obviously go for Heatran. And I think Dragonite was also going to use Earthquake. No, that's the wrong target. Say one thing and then just mindlessly click the other. I'd never do that. We don't miss Leech. That's quite a big deal, I feel. It does Earthquake because it saw the kill into Heatran. And there was the Hydro Pump. So now we kill Dragonite. Warlord gets a turn to potentially Fissure. So I think we do go Protect. One of my favourite quotes from, was it Day 9 or Autosis? Where they used to say, the best thing to do when you're ahead is to get more ahead. I think that applies here. We're ahead because we've leached Werelord and Dragonite is dead. Don't crit me. Don't freeze me. That little pause, I thought it was being frozen, but it's just the Lansat. That's fine. Just get more ahead. Just if you're winning, start to win by more instead. Ooh, we got the miss. We got the miss. Could this be interesting? Trick to winning is to KO more Pokemon. True. I guess we kind of wasted the Lansat berry. We keep the berry between fights. Obviously, Lansat is incredibly unlikely to do anything. It's not like Salac or Citrus, which would actually be kind of helpful. It is a PI again. There's no choice lock in Arcade because there's no choice items. I realise that the overlay is confusing though, because the overlay still just displays them. But I never thought I'd be playing this much Arcade. Like, I really thought the single streak would like peter out somewhere in the 400 or 500s, and I really felt like this streak would be over as well by now, but whatever. I shouldn't laugh. I don't want to be burned. This is quite a big target, right? Because the sand helps me, I feel. Nice. Gengar without Levitate is it's a sin. I think the question here is, what do I do? Specifically against Steelix. Because I don't have to open up with the Flamethrower. I think I will. Yeah. Probably Icy Wind is better than Leech Seed. Why did they take Levitate away? I don't know. I don't know. Why is the world full of injustice? Okay, so we've hit the Icy Wind, which is huge for Latios' chances of cleaning us up easily. I do want to do double protect. I don't see the downside. Was it Gen 9? I feel like it was earlier. I feel like it was Gen 8. But I'm not an expert on modern gens at all, especially when it comes to mechanical changes. I've got a decent grip on the current generation and on Gen 3 and 4, but I've got no idea on specifics beyond that. Actually, that's not true. I've got quite a clear idea on what happened in Gen 5 as well. Okay, it's a set free trainer. You played Pokemon Champions. I have. I don't think it's really for me. I don't have enough time to spend on Pokemon Champions, and it seems to be a game that rewards time, like most games. I also don't love the fact that it's so limited. Like, why can't I have 6v6 singles in it? Feels very silly. I understand that VGC is mostly doubles, but yeah, I don't know. No hate to people who like champions, of course. Just don't think it's for me. Enemy items. I mean, I don't want you to be focus sashed. At the same time, this is a horrendous board. I can't risk this. That's really scary. That's scary. That's scary. That's scary. That's very scary. That's bad, and that's bad. And also, HP down might low-key be a big issue with stuff like Focus Blast. A surprising number of PokeTubers are playing champions, though. Like, I saw, obviously, Adef did a video with the one move. Party Ali did a video. Obviously, Wolfie's all over champions, but that's completely expected. Yeah, it feels like a lot of people are doing it. But I'm not sure if, like, because it takes a while to film and edit, I'm not sure if that's, like, their one video, if they're actually going to play a lot. Any bad items they can give your opponent? Yeah, Focus Sash would be bad. Leftovers, pretty annoying as well here. Life Orb, annoying. Honestly, if they gave my opponent choice specs here, that would also annoy me. Expert Belt is not so bad. It does mean bad for them. No, the worst item that they can get is probably, in certain scenarios, Life Orb, and in other scenarios, you know, a choice item. But they can't give the opponent, like, Lagging Tail. Lagging Tail doesn't exist past 49. So they're expert belted. So Medicham will one-shot Heatran. Venusaur will also one-shot Heatran. I'm feeling the Leech Seed. I'm also kind of feeling fake out Medicham and switch though. There's no Flame Orb in the late game arcade, no. No Iron Ball, no Lagging Tail. Those are some of those items earlier on, but not later on. The items are meant to be good for the team, but it's just because of how the teams play out, often being choice locked can be a problem. What I don't like about this is the fact that Venusaur is going to use Outrage. The miss is nice. The miss is bad. It used Curse. Wow, so Heatran was not in Earthquake range. That's weird. It's definitely going to use Outrage here, though, and it's going to be a random target. I think I'm going to protect. Not in the arcade, no. The berries in the arcade are the pinch berries and citrus. Ooh, that is a nice crit. Unfortunately, the outrage target was correct. Please don't crit me. Please don't crit me. Okay, Surely it's Focus Blast, which makes it Protect. And we kill you. She went for Psychic. I was in Psychic range as well. Ludicolo is last. Ludicolo is a problem for Heatran. Just thinking if I leech it, if I leech Medicham here. And then I go Protect Flamethrower. Meanwhile, Ludicolo's going to be stuck Hydro Pumping Heatran. Latios takes that time to Psychic it down. That feels best to me. The alternative is definitely Icy Wind to help Latios kill Ludicolo though. I can't switch because it could be Focus Blast from Medicham. It'll be Focus Blast or Psychic that will be random which one. I feel like it's Leech. The question really is, does Latios want to target Medicham? I think the answer to that is no. Okay, we didn't miss that Leech Seed. It's still kind of bad that we missed the first one. That she went for Blizzard. That sucks. So crit here would be GG. The very useful Landsat Berry. No Focus Blast miss. Okay, the end game here is not so bad though. Gotta keep in mind the the Expert Belt. The Expert Belt. No, I'm further behind than I thought. I'm further behind than I thought. This might be a loss. And I'm going to blame it on the Leech. It is true that Leech Miss was really bad. I was most thrown off by the fact that Venusaur didn't Earthquake. I mean, obviously, Earthquake saw the kill. But Curse got a higher score than Earthquake because of Medicham giving it a -3 on the +4. It's really hard to play this though because Ludicolo could try and target Latios, and Ludicolo could try and target Heatran, and so could Medicham. Medicham could go for the Shadow Ball on Latios, or it could go for the Focus Blast on Heatran. One option here is that I just double target the Ludicolo. It might be... I think I double target Ludicolo. If I do that and Medicham hits the Focus Blast or the Shadow Ball, another option is that I explode. Is that ever going to lose? I did hit the Icy Wind. I think I can explode. Just trying to remember all the natures. Bam, 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 bam. Pretty sure it's fine. Definitely fake tension. Always best to not look for the explosion line if possible. That really was fake tension. Collectors are set 1. Okay, it's Garchomp 1. That's a bit of a menace. Luckily it's next to Shuckle. Megumin the Heatran. The naive Heatran who gets targeted by special moves slightly too often. Sunny day by default. Does that force Garchomp to use Sandstorm? I think it does, right? Sandstorm always gets a higher score than the Earthquake kill. I could also just aim for the burn. I'm going to aim for the burn, actually. Oh yeah, the frame drops. I'm pretty sure Sandstorm is forced. Okay, definitely want to swap now. Only half doubles, I think, yeah, it was guaranteed. I don't think there's any point playing Gen 4 without speed up, because speed up doesn't change the game. Right? What's the point? The only reason I have animations on and so on is to force myself to pay attention easier in the corner of my eye. What is that on your screen? Sailor. Machamp. This is such a rigged team. You're meant to have water types as well as fighting types. Surely it's not Machamp free again. To be fair, I play Fire Emblem without animations. It gets too much at a certain point. And most fights free. Most fights are free, yeah. Most fights are free. Within the confines of not messing up the roulette. Level Up is a little bit spooky. But so is statusing two potentially Pokemon with guts. I really don't like this, but we probably are going for the burn. At least burn does damage. Perfect, I was late. I was really hoping I'd be late. Parasect Hall. That sounds like an experience, I guess. So what's the problem here? The problem here is that Heracross is super ultra annoying. I have to explode. There's no doubt I have to explode. Heracross 4 should always Mega Horn over Earthquake. I've never looked into it. I'm not certain that Heracross can't wake up on turn 1. I've never seen it. I'm pretty sure it acts as an honest sleep, but I don't want to risk it. It's fine. I guess it would never happen, right? Oh no, I'm not going to risk it. I just want to explode. I don't care. I don't think it can ever be 0 turn sleep. I've never seen it. Anyway, it was a slow Heracross. It was Heracross 1 or 4. I mean, backwards. Heracross 2 or 3 are the slow ones. Heracross 1 and 4 both jolly. And now Blaziken beats Ludicolo and Latios. He's here. Return of the King. Everyone's inner scientist dies. I'm not. Everyone starts cheering for the enemy more and more, you mean? I understand that. Everyone believes in the Regigigas. It's actually skipped. This is so rigged. Look at this. Fog, 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 fog. Team swap. That's ridiculous. Poor Regigigas. He won't get any screen time. The king. I choose to believe that it's Regigigas 2 as well. As punishment, I have to manually update the streak. Wow, last game. Regigigas is allowed, yeah, poor Regigigas. it's not a very good Pokemon. Okay, it's going to be an Ace Trainer or a Ranger. Oh no, mate, no, I think it could be a Dragon Tame actually. I think Rampardos is considered a Dragon, right? I believe so. In that case, it can almost be any set. I don't want to give Ramp a special defense boost. I'm a bit worried about the Flygon. I'm going to have to fake out Flygon because of the obvious problem for Heatran. Oh, Jesus. Is this going to be fake out Explosion? Jesus. Auto mod. And this is a weird one, right? I wonder if there's actually... I could switch. The problem with switching is... they could both Outrage into Ludicolo, but Outrage chooses a random target and then Outrage hits the Latios instead of the Ludicolo. This is a really bad matchup for me. It does, yeah. Okay, what I could do is just Icy Wind and Protect. That's by far the safest to play. Surely they wouldn't both Outrage or both target Ludicolo. Outrage crit. Dragonite is always slower. It would have to be an Outrage crit from Flygon 4. Okay, that's probably best then. Okay. It's really important to hit the Flygon. Okay. Crit would suck, but apart from that, I think I'm good. Okay. So, exploding here isn't really a great idea, is it? Because of Mr. Rampardos in the back. Rampardos can totally win the 1v2, right? Because Rampardos 1 can get the crunch roll onto Latios. And I can't protect with Latios because it could be Rampardos 3 or 4 who could easily just target Ludicolo instead on that turn. The head smash recoil, I guess I've also got to worry about Rampardos 2 though, right? Because that could crit Ludicolo. And it could crit Latios. We should have Surf. One Surf. I think Surf would be arranged on every Rampardos set except for Rampardos 4. It is going to have to be Explosion. It is going to have to be Explosion. Because if I go for the Icy Wind, not only could I miss, but they could also just kill off Ludicolo. And I can't swap. I can't swap. I hate it, but I can't swap. Okay. This is dodgy. Definitely dodgy. It's definitely Psychic from Latios. The question is what I want Ludicolo to do. I think it might have to be Leech Seed, which I really hate. Best case scenario is actually probably Rampardos 1, despite what I said about Crunch. It is actually Rampardos 1. Oh, but if you kill with a crit, no, okay. Nice Leech Seed, idiot. Feels anticlimactic to end it there, but I'm really not playing well. The arcade streaks are moving so slowly. With like only 3 or 4 rounds, but at the same time I need to play them slowly because of the roulette. Copium. No, if the Leech Seeded Pokemon, the Leech Seed recipient dies, you lose the Leech Seed. But I had to do it in case Rampardos 3 or 4 got a head smash into Latios and they somehow survived. Which doesn't seem likely. What's my multis record? Damn. Should edit that with PK Hex to make it look more impressive. When I went live, Gunner was streaming. Obviously, Parasitized raided, so we can't raise Parasitize. We might bounce to Gunner, unless someone is streaming. Don't think anyone is. Yeah, GG's. I'm gonna raid Gunner, guys. Thanks for watching. Wish Gunner luck. I think there's some kind of bounty with Fire Red round 2, but I'm not sure what it is. I need to make sure I spell this correctly. Oh, it's normal. I don't know why I thought there was an... I don't know why I thought there was like a 3 in the name. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.